And hello, everybody. I am currently struggling to get my stream key out to everyone so I can boost this stream we're doing right now. So if you're joining me, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will be with you in just a moment when we redo this. Yes. Yes. All right, sending this out to everyone. All right, that's going to have to do for now. So hello, people who are here. Hello. I am Lieutenant Nathaniel Flint of the Landship Scorpios. And it's here. It's here. It's Kickstarter Day. Yeah, it's Kickstarter Day, everyone. Woo! All right. So, the Kickstarter has launched. And with it, we've already got it backed. It's already backed. Yeah, this is great news. Hey, Sam, how's it going? It's nice to see you. So, It's the day. Today's the big day. Kickstarter has happened. Rivet Wars Reloaded has launched, and it is here. I'm going to just quickly put this little URL into the chat. And that is for now and for the future of this stream when people come and watch it later. I don't know who's going to be dropping in or out to view this stream, so I will keep a light eye on the chat. But today we're going to be going through the Kickstarter. We're just going to be going through the Kickstarter page. I'm sorry if it's boring. I'm super excited. There's a lot to see. So yeah, I won't be watching this video on here. I did a video review on my channel. It's just the trailer video. I didn't see anything new, so everything new is down below. But as you can see, we're already backed at 122K. Oh, wow. What a great feeling. It was backed in 34 minutes. So it was a big deal. Then again, as you'll see, it's a little bit expensive. So just double checking. I've got the Discord up. I've got the Reddit up. I've got everything up right now. Just bouncing between them. So, why don't we start by looking over... Well, should we start? No, that'll be part of it. So we'll talk about the tiers as we go through when they happen. If you are wondering, I'll talk about this a little later. I am pledged. I got the big boy. Quite a lot, quite expensive, but it's going to be a lot of things. So I'm all in on this. So we will see where this goes. But here we are down here at the Kickstarter. So we get a good look at the Reloaded box. I think this is the base set, the Battle of Rivet. But it's the generic box they've been showing for Rivet Wars Reloaded. Brace yourself for the reload. World War I history meets Dieselpunk fantasy in an off-the-wall mashup. Rivet Wars Reloaded is a 1-4-player tactical board game with quick-fire combat, customizable units, and almost zero setup. Playable in competitive, co-op, solo, and team modes. So these are the modes that they talked about in one of their blog posts. They discussed how they have the normal Rivet Wars 1v1. They now have a solo mode with AI cards, and you'll get different cards for each expansion that you have. So that way you can play against the Nemoans, you can play against the Blight. They also talked about their new co-op modes and competitive modes. So they've got a 2v2 where you each play a different side, but you actually split up the unit cards amongst the two players. So certain units are literally in charge of certain types of units, and that's how you break it up and play. I'm going to have 5 factions when this is done. I'm going to have Classic Allied Blight, Reloaded Allied Blight, and the Nemoans. So I could play co-op with entirely different armies doing 2v2 or 1v1v1. Like, I'm just so excited. But this isn't the exciting stuff that we're going to go over. Look at all these components, though. They got the new mission cards. They did do away with secret missions. They now have changed that system to be a generic mission. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit farther down when we get to that. You can see the allies makeup here. This is the core box, the Battle of Rivet, combined with what used to be Second Wave, which is now called Vanguard. And this is the core pledge. They believed you needed all of these units to get the full feel of Rivet Wars Reloaded. So as you can see here, we got the two blocked out ones, which I also did at the end of my most recent video. I did some speculation. We'll be doing some more because we get a close-up of those silhouettes as they go on. As you can see, there's no more damage markers. They use this kind of like health die tracker now. We don't know too much about that yet. And everything's cardboard. They're doing wooden tokens later on. They've got some blurbs, but it's all stuff I have said a million times on this channel. So we will be jumping down. Why back now? There's a new Nemoan faction. There are wooden tokens. There are metal coins, faction coins. There's new faction dice for each faction. They're bringing back the 3D terrain with new flags updated. There's also... We've got Gunnar Hammerson here, who is the Kickstarter exclusive neutral unit. So let's get on down. What is Rivet Wars Reloaded? It's revitalized, reloaded, and relaunched. This Kickstarter is bringing back Rivet Wars with a bang, and so far, it really has brought it back with a bang. It's unparalleled production quality, new routes to victory, and an even bigger Rivet world. So, souped up gameplay. They've gone through the rulebook. They've updated the graphics, but they've also updated a lot of the language, clarified some things, and expanded on some other things. So we're getting a all-around, better organized and updated rulebook with years of play, testing, and being out in the public and the community talking back and forth behind these updates, changes, and updated language. So that's really exciting for anyone who knows that they need the FAQ to get everything. They have an updated core pledge. I kind of mentioned this earlier. They've packed $80 worth of value of add-ons and stretch goals from the first Kickstarter into an upgraded core pledge and all the pledge levels above. So this is that reloaded Battle of Rivet core box, and they're now considering the Vanguard expansion, which is again that second wave as oh yes, the new cards are very pretty and extra readable. We will get a little bit more into them further down. But yeah, they enhanced the graphics in the minis. So all the minis now are super detailed and extra. They did redo the cards. New expansion, the new Nemoan expansion, which I can't wait to get to. We're going to have to rush ahead to ensure that we have time to get to that. But we have the new Nemoan expansions that we'll go through. Veterans also, if you already own Rivet Wars, you can get a veteran pledge, which is a cheaper version. This gives you all the upgraded print components. So this is stuff like cards, the rule book, tiles, the updated tiles and the different tile sizes that they've added. All this stuff, you get all that in a special box that is just like the returning veterans box. Plus you get all the new content. So you'll get the new Allied and Blight plugs that they added to the core box set. Excuse me. You'll get the added, you'll get the Nemoan faction. You'll get all the Kickstarter goodies and things that they are announcing throughout this next 10 days of Kickstarter. It's really exciting. So we talked about updateds, and I see Sam in there talked about the new cards being very pretty. So let's look at that. So they have the original mini. So this is like an original render of what the old minis look like. As I said in a video where I talked about this, not to be scoffed at. They were extremely detailed. They were amazing to look at. And that was a thing that almost everyone stuck to and talked about. Everyone loved how good the old Rivet Wars minis looked. But as you can see, they have gotten a update, and they have gotten a little bit more detail, a little bit more going on with them. Just looking great all around. Same thing with the cards. A lot of people are bummed. They really liked this old look of cards. Whether or not it's better or worse is up to interpretation. But from what I've heard from a lot of new people and a lot of people outside of the Rivet Wars verse, they really like the newer card. Whether or not it's easier to read is yet to be determined. But the general consensus is good all around. I think they look good. I know that they are keeping the colors of each faction up to date. So they do look really good, and they all match. So it'll be really easy to quickly identify whose contents goes with which side. So it'll be a lot quicker setup in hopes. Look at this art. Look at this art. Who is the artist? Give me 1 second to go to the credits. Doug Telford is redoing a lot of the old art and a lot of the like comic book styles. Doug has done an amazing job updating the old art as well as with some of the new art that we've seen. Absolutely great. Take command of scrappy allies, the dastardly Blight, or the advanced Nemoans. I'm sorry, Nemoans. They're pronounced Nemoans, and I keep falling into Nemoan. They're going head-to-head on the battlefield. We're seeing a lot of things here with the Gen Con diorama they did, which is amazing because we saw a lot of images of the old diorama that were very pivotal during the early days of the original classic Rivet Wars. Deploy a bunch of waves, ground air units, surprise your opponents with incredible unit upgrades, special weapons, and valiant heroes. Let's get to the fun stuff. Plug in, and you can kind of see on these the amazing detail and upgrades that they gave these already amazing miniatures. You can see all the little bits on Paxton here and the plug. You can also see the updated Blight symbol prominently on this leg. All the rivets really pop and show. It just looks fantastic. Customize your tanks, mechs, and air units with hero and artillery plugs. Amazing, amazing look. And we finally get to the core pledges. Talk about the pledges. So, the core pledge as it looks. So, they're saying that at market, this is a $235 value. But for the Kickstarter, it's only $150 US dollars, 130 euros for our... Those aren't euros, those are pounds. I'm sorry. 130 pounds for our friends across the sea. Duties and taxes are included for your local area. So this is good. I live in New Hampshire. We don't have tax, so I don't benefit from that. But this is good. You don't have to worry about that. So, the core pledge includes $80 worth of stretch goals and add-ons from the original Kickstarter. This includes the Battle of Rivet core box, Vanguard expansion, plus all the daily unlocks that we're going to see each day of this 10-day Kickstarter. The Battle of Rivet core box includes 44 miniatures, 50 cards, 28 game tiles, 80 tokens, 5 dice, and a rule book. So this is going to be the core thing. They're saying that this is worth $120 on its own. And it kind of walks us through this. So for some of the veterans, this won't be as interesting. But I am going to... What? What is this? Hey, leave this alone. Thank you. Woo! YouTube having some issues. There are some changes, especially with the Blight. So we're going to just roll right in. And we're going to talk about some of this. So you can see the upgraded General Paxton. Paxton's an outspoken hothead, but he's got the track record to back it up. If you can bet, he'll be the first out stomping enemies on the front line. Isn't that nice? We see 2 new hero plugs that haven't been revealed yet. Ooh! So I'm sure we'll be seeing those as we go on day by day. Then we have this bazooka, roided out bazooka guy we've been talking about since we've caught wind of him back in the early days. But his name is Sergeant Rolino. So, awesome. It'll look great. We have the... Really? Why? We have the upgraded Wolverine. The Wolverine looking good in blue, as always. He's the powerhouse of the fight. We're seeing the upgraded Captain Parman and our Hammer 65 pounders looking terrifying as always, as any Blight player would know. Absolutely terrifying. We're seeing the MT1 Ostrich, just in all that glorious detail. Doesn't that just look amazing? Can I get a little bit closer? I can get a little bit closer. Just looks fantastic. In the Hacksaw turret plug, you can see those rivets looking great. As we're moving on, oh, I did it again. I gotta be more careful. We have ourselves the rocket cycles. Again, the updated minis that we're seeing. These are renders. I'm sorry, the upgraded renders we're seeing. Just getting all that detail. A lot of which was in the original minis. All glory to those original ones by Ted. They looked amazing. But, I mean, these updates also look good. We're seeing they've kept all the original designs. And, of course, the upgraded riflemen looking great. We did get clarification on the Discord that these upgraded riflemen will have slight variations when they go to release. Just like in the original box, all the upgraded infantry and all that kind of stuff all had little slight variations just to give them a little bit of difference when you put them all out in the field and give them a little bit more of personality. He did confirm that the riflemen and Panzerfaust, as well as the new Nemoan infantry, which we'll talk about in a little bit, are getting this love and tender loving care to get some variation in those base models. And we're going to hop over to the Blight. This is where some old fans are going to start seeing some differences. So the first is our hero unit, General Beckendorf. He is the Blight hero plug from the base set that we remember from classic Rivet Wars. With his high-tech spec visuals, Beckendorf always scanning for tactical opportunities. He won't miss the chance to blast a hole in the enemy lines. He is a great hero plug, those of us who are familiar with classic Rivet Wars. We're also seeing 2 heroes here. We look like we got someone with a big old gun that looks like an MG, so that'll be pretty cool. And we're seeing this guy. I guesstimated that one of these might have been a falconer in my video that I did recently on this subject. I can wrong, they're both wearing piccolabas. But still think that's a good idea. Check out that video. And we're seeing this propagandist that we've been talking about for a while, Lieutenant Reinberg. Looking good. I mean, what a great design. Absolutely fits in with the old models. I'm very excited to see this, see what her stats are when the time comes. Now we have another change, Jaeger Moldenstein, but isn't he looking great here? Oh, the artwork on the eye patch, absolutely amazing for the Blight snipers. We also have Baron Gaston Tenken, looking good as always. Oh, and those terrifying Schlitten, absolutely top notch. And we can see that they do have the upgraded Blight symbol on them, so that's really cool. Sturmpanzer and their Cyclops looking great. Oh, the amazing mono-wheel Dragoons still looking amazing as always. These are one of my favorite units in the game. They are looking great. And we can see Panzerfaust also looking great. And as I mentioned above with the Riflemen, they will be getting the same treatment of having variety throughout their ranks to match the classic game that had a little bit of variety within the units to spice it up. Also, we've done some videos and we've talked about this, the large tiles. So we will be getting the same large tiles that we remember from the core box, but we're also seeing some variation. So we have 3x3s. We're also going to see some 2x3s, and we're going to get some 2x2s. This will add a lot of variety to making maps and going forward with that. There's also 18 small tiles, which include the double-sided bunkers and strategic objectives that you'll be able to flip and see either or. We also got in a different thing that these will include singles of duckboards, which are, they're now called trenches. That's one of the changes. So there'll be trenches, and you'll be able to customize even further on top of all this customization we got up top. Of course, the new stat cards looking great. These are the mission cards taking the place of the secret mission. These will, of course, be open to both players and achievable as achievements, and there'll be an alternate way to win the game. Absolutely excited. Move a unit into a square in the enemy territory. That sounds a lot like Leroy Jenkins, and looking good, yeah. Of course, we have strafing run returning with our action cards. Action cards give the damage that they do, a little flavor, and an explanation of what the card does. So, amazing. 10 AI cards. That's right, the AI cards are coming in. We get a look at the back now. Absolutely amazing. We see a lot of the faction markers, and they look like a bunch of cogs and gears. Fits the theme very well. We have this one here. So this is a faction AI card. So this is for the allies. Quick off the mark. After a unit is deployed in the deployment phase, move it as if it were the movement phase. So this is like giving a rapid assault to whatever unit you want. Unless this is skip and just go right to movement. I don't know why that would be. But I think this is basically a rapid assault for whatever unit is deployed. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm going to need some water. We'll scroll down a little bit further and get a look at the next thing. So we got two reference cards. So these are the square order of enemy. So instead of having your grid attack order, when you look down on the board, it's now a card you can put anywhere. It saves a lot of table space, which a lot of these changes we're going to find have saved a lot of table space. And I mean, I'm very appreciative of that. Also, deviation is now a D8 roll, not a flip with the action cards. So this is the deviation card guide. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you will orientate this to you, the person who is deviating, on the board, and then you will roll a D8, and it will tell you where to deviate. The only negative about this is that there will no longer be the 0 deviation happening right in the middle, which is if you're lucky enough to get a card that doesn't deviate. Rolling a D8 is also fun. And you don't waste action cards. So we have all these different tokens. So we have, looks like score tokens for Blight and Allies on the new Victory Points scorecard. We have minefields and tank traps. We have barbed wire. We have rivets now get their own token. That'll be very lucky for keeping track of rivets as you get them. We have our flag markers or, faction tokens. I think these are the new damage marker tokens. So these will denote health or not on a unit. And these are the locked Rivet Wars tokens for the mission cards. So these will start on the mission cards, and depending on the scenario, each round you'll remove one, making that mission achievable. And I think this is our new gas token. Looks pretty cool. Excuse me. Plus, it talks about the Vanguard box. 10 allied miniatures, 10 blight, and stat cards. And this is what we've seen before. This is the second wave. So we got Shara Ami. Wow. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm having some issues, aren't I? Ooh, losing my energy. Should have got a soda. We got Shara Ami. Still looking amazing, if I do say so myself. The M3 vertical tanks. Looking good. A triumph of allied tech. Serious firepower with decent land range. Oh yeah, the allies get a lot of artillery. The M7 boss with an amazing new redesign. Looking very good. Very reminiscent of the old. But we're now seeing their fists have like a chain punch to them, which we can see up here. Very cool. Very cool. I'm all for it. McLeod's guards looking real good. I do appreciate this. It looks like they're wearing big coats, but I'm pretty sure they're still wearing kilts to match McLeod. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, still looking really good, though. Really appreciative of it. And then, of course, the Blight side of this. Jeremy's dear friend. Yes, Jeremy is a reference to the real-life pigeon in World War I, who is a war hero. We got Elsa Frost returning, looking great as always. The new Landskrieger, sporting new Blight symbol and great detail. The Sturmrads, the great equalizers, coming back in amazing detail. I absolutely love this. This is amazing. It looks so good. And of course, the monowheels and the Sturmpanzers just... They look so good. They're so well done. Baron Munchen's guards are returning and looking great as always. They really do. I know I'm saying that a lot, but honestly, it's happening a lot. And here we have Gunnar Hammerson, which of course we're still in the core pledge level. So Gunnar Hammerson comes with this. It's free only during the live campaign. So if you get your pledge during the live campaign, he will be a free person with them. They've put him at a $15 value, so I assume that if there's overages that go onto their online store or onto event, you can expect it to be around $15 that they're going to sell this. Or if after the live campaign you decide that you want to add him on to whatever pledge level you're doing, it looks like he'll be $15. And we're going to the gameplay all-in pledge for $690 value. But it's $399 now. And as we can see, decent number of boxes. Includes everything that we've been talking about in the core pledge. But includes Nemoans expansion, Aerial Aces. This is the reloaded Battle of Brighton, everyone. Allied reinforcements and Blight reinforcements. These are split up the factions, and these are the heavy metal. These are Spearhead. These are, what's the other one? Heavy metal, Spearhead, War Room, and Clockwork Soldiers and Plague Troopers. So this is super exciting. But, of course, we're going to finally get into the Nemoans. This was an amazing read this morning. But it comes with 56 miniatures, 56 cards, 20 plus tokens, 5 deluxe faction dice, 6 deluxe Nemoan flags, which are the plastic flags, deluxe metal faction dice, and a rule book for the Nemoans. They're putting this worth at $135. And we get our look at the Nemoans. That's a nice faction symbol we've talked about before. Really nice faction symbol. And we get into Commander Athena, our first Nemoan hero. We've seen a plug version and that free flying version. Commander Athena leads from the front as a close-range specialist. Enemies that let her get too close won't get the chance to learn from their mistakes. So part of Commander Athena's card that we can kind of see behind her, but I did a review I talked about in a different video. She has the special ability Close Combat, which gives her an extra dice if she is one space away from an enemy unit. So it's just really pushing her to move forward and attack and be up close in combat. I really like this because a lot of hero designs tend to have you want to keep them back, especially with those bounties that award points to your enemy once they go down. However, a lot of them are really strong and need to be up in the front, and she is no difference. One of my favorite things that we're going to be talking about today is this Nautilus Tank. Looks amazing. As I speculated, I think this is a 2-plug super tank. So there's a plug here that we can see. We can see one in the back. It's a drill tank. It looks amazing. We did get a confirmation of the name, like I think yesterday, right before this launch, that is called the Nautilus Tank, which is of course a nod to Captain Nemo from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, his ship, the Nautilus. And the new thing is this here, the Mega Nautiloid Transport plus Factory plus Turret plugs. So the Jamie talked at one point about we haven't even seen the back of this unit. So as we can see, a whole second piece to the Nautilus tank is this modular unit. I mean, it looks so good. So we think that this is the factory, and this is a turret plug section that has 2 plug spots for Nemoan plugs. So this will most likely go, when you spawn this one, it'll go behind him here, and it will be a way to deploy stuff. We've said, because of the Rivet Wars trailer that was released, that we really think that this the tank will act as a spawn point for Nemoan units. This kind of sells it. The factory could be an ability to allow you to deploy higher tiered units like support, cavalry, or even other tanks. We're not sure. And then of course this is just extra beefy firepower. Add more plugs and get, I mean, this will be 2. I'm pretty sure there's 2 on either side from other pictures we've seen of this unit. So this will be 2. It'll have 4 plugs in 2 grids rampaging across the battlefield. Amazing stuff. And here we see our little mystery Nemoan from forever ago. Sergeant Ajax. Looking absolutely fantastic. He's looking very pudgy and big. This is the Nemoan I would cosplay if I could cosplay a Nemoan, I guess. He's looking absolutely great and formidable. We see he's got some type of charge or something here. He's got a belt lined with grenades. Looking absolutely amazing. Right next to him, can't say it enough, our little Sonic boy, our little laser gun, whatever I've called him over the last month. We have Sergeant Cyrus, which we're now confirmed is Sonic technology that he is wielding. He is a hero unit. Looks absolutely amazing. Oh, before we move on, I see Sam said, I wonder if they'll be OP. So, yes, a little bit. The Nemoan unit is designed to take the place, for those of you who are RTS inclined, real-time strategy games, usually that's 3 factions that are rock, paper, scissors. There's usually a faction that is kind of fills the role of, I am technologically advanced, and I am super expensive, but I'm powerful, and I come with the technology and come to hit. That's kind of what the Nemoans are. Again, the Nemoan expansion that we're seeing is all the Nemoans that there are. So that one box has to compete with all the other expansions that Rivet Wars has, that the Allies and Blight have. So they are meant to be a little bit more powerful, and there is meant to be less of them. However, they are more dynamic. They have higher tiered weapons, and they're expensive to put out, but they will hit harder 1 for 1. So, yeah, they will be a little OP, but there's less of them to deploy. They'll be more expensive to deploy, and, I mean, the Allies and Blight will have numbers on their side. Moving on, we have Professor Fogg and the fixed drones. Here's the little drill guys we saw. And I really like this. So I got confirmed very recently that these are the dog equivalents for the Nemoans. So basically you'll be launching a handler who will be this guy, Professor Fogg, and he will deploy these as a handler. So he'll be deploying them as their dogs, and they will go off and be autonomous, and he'll be able to just keep deploying them as they get destroyed. This is amazing. For those of you keeping track, Professor Fogg is a reference to Phileas Fogg from Around the World in 80 Days, another Jules Verne reference. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure after I do some research, we're going to find Sergeant Ajax and Sergeant Cyrus might have some references in them as well. I like his look. He's got the little bike here, the little tread bike, which we now know are Cerberus cycles, as we'll see further down. I mean, his whole getup looks just so good. I'm loving the look. I mean, the little drill thing here. I am honestly loving the look of these Nemoans. They are amazing. Absolutely well done. Further down, we have Dr. Odysseus, looking like Mole from the Atlantis movies. A little bit pudgy, all the technology here, but I am absolutely loving it. He's 100% another type of sound-based Sonic hero. He has a plug version that'll get plugged in. I am so excited to see what he will be able to accomplish and what he'll be able to do. He looks amazing. Next up, we have Captain Rober. Again, I bet you that's a reference. And he's the little guy that Jamie pointed us towards that we can barely get the glimpse of in the trailer as well as on the box art. We can see that he's a little plug waving a flag, having people go on. He's probably got a bunch of buffs associated with him. Absolutely amazing. Look at the detail. Again, the detail. These minis are looking fantastic. Absolutely love them. Here we go again. Now we see the Helios Airmax. We've seen little bits here and there, but this is what they look like without any plugs. Amazing, giving me severe Big Daddy BioShock vibes. I love it. We can see that they take up a whole grid. The pinnacle of Nemoan flight tech. The Helios Airmax is the perfect combo of land and air superiority. Its drill arm can shatter the ground to give cover to nearby allies. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. On top of that, we saw that in the comic strip that was released a while ago with one of the Nemoan releases. They punch the ground comes up, and they've got a wall protecting units from incoming fire. Looks amazing. We can kind of see his card here. These 3 deployment points and 1 rivet. He's counted as a tank unit. Does that say 2? Looks like it says he's got 2 plug ports. I'm not seeing 2 plug ports. Very interesting. He's got a land range of 3, but no air range. Keep that in mind. He's got a movement of 2. We can see he's armor type 2, and he's got 2 health. He's got 1 attack. He's got 2, 2, 2, and 0. So he's pretty solid unit to attack almost everyone. This is very interesting because we know that they have a plug port. So this comes out, and you put hero plugs in it, and they're the driver of the mech. It's so cool. So we've seen this picture a lot. We're going to see down here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Helios pilot plug. So we see him get plugged in. So cool. One of the things, though, that I find very interesting is he doesn't have an air range, but when you put the Helios pilot plug in him, the Helios pilot plug's special ability is to give the units +1 against air units. +1 dice against air units. so you'll get an extra dice when attacking air units. But the whole thing that he's built for doesn't have an air range. So as I speculated when he came out, I said he would be really a powerful plug if he also gave +1 air range. So not only do you get +1 dice against air units, but anyone he's plugged into now has an air range to attack air units. And I think that's what's going to be the case, since the signature Helios Airmax that he goes into doesn't get an air range. That's very weird, especially since we know that the Nemoans will be doing very weird things with air units, and we're not seeing any planes. We're seeing a lot of things called air this or air that. I have a feeling that, and this was pseudo-confirmed, I was told that I'm pointed in the right direction when I said I wonder if all these ground units will have special rules where they have a flying motion. So they'll basically have something on the bottom of their base here, or they will have a special air base that they will go on, and they will basically jump up and become air units for a bit, and then can land and be land units. So I wonder how that'll work. I really think something like that is going to be happening. Hello, everyone. Whoa, we got 6 people. Hi, everyone. Anyways, yes, so we'll talk a little bit more, but I think he'll also provide +1 air range in order for this to make more sense. And we're talking about this Helios mech, the Phoenix Air Mech. Oh my goodness, look at this beefy boy. So what we were told when we were talking about him in the Discord from Jamie was that he's the equivalent of the Nemoan bomber. So he's a big beefy boy. Look at all these bombing shells he has. Look at all these wings. He's got, at least those are 2 plug ports. And then he's got this thing, might be another plug that can pop out, kind of like what these are. And then you'll have a driver and 2 plug ports for, I'm guessing, the Nemoan plugs we haven't talked about yet. Absolutely excited. He is a massive boy, even though he'll be 1 grid. But he still looks beefy, very scary. I would love to see his stat card. Absolutely amazing. Loving the Phoenix Air Mech. And we're going to continue on. The Titan Air Mech, a tripod walker, giving us severe War of the Worlds vibes. Amazing. We can see this big honkin'. He's got at least 2 plug ports. And again, maybe this will be a plug thing that comes out and you put a pilot in there. But we've got at least 2 plug ports. We're seeing one of the 1, 2. We're seeing one of these guns down here. We're seeing so many of the Nemoan tech. He's going to have at least 2 attacks. He's going to be amazing. Oh, man. This is a big chunkin' boy. He looks great. He's going to be terrifying when he's unleashed onto the battlefield, giving the feeling of those tripods coming out of the ground and then just unleashing hell. Absolutely amazing. And BioShock Big Daddy vibes. Oh, drills upon drills upon drills. We've got the Minotaur Mechs. These guys are fantastic. Do note that they have 1 plug slot each. And then we're just seeing so many drills. So many drills. I really like the look of this. These are going to be 2 square units. I'm assuming they'll be considered tanks and not support, but they do look amazing. Hello, Aaron. Boo. Thanks for stopping by. These guys are just amazing. They just look so good. I could gush about all the detail here, the lights here. You painters are going to make these look too good. You're going to make these look amazing. I'm really jealous. I really wish I had painting skills. You guys are really going to make this top notch. And the Cerberus Strikers. Oh, I talked about a little bit earlier. I kind of dropped this. These tread bikes are the Cerberus Strikers. They will be the cavalry unit for the Nemoan faction. They are looking amazing, all lined up. We've gushed about the detail that we've seen in these renders before. so I'm not going to waste your time continuing to gush about them. We'll move on to the new guy, Cyclops Burrowers. Wow, 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 wow. As the Landship Scorpios, love the drills. They look amazing. It looks like they've got a little Sonic head here, so they will be continuing with the Sonic weaponry kind of deal. They're hiding behind a massive drill. I'm assuming these will end up being support units, and we'll have decent armor type hiding behind those drills. Amazing. I cannot wait to see. Oh, I cannot wait. I want to know their stats so badly. Oh, man. This is going to be a very fun faction to get to play. And we have some Gorgon artillery. Amazing, but they're facing the wrong way. So I think what we've been seeing, and what we'll see a little bit further with the Gorgon turrets, is a lot of these torpedoes, like land torpedoes, with the drills and with the explosives. I think what this guy's going to do is kind of do a reverse mortar, where you shoot into the ground, and they're going to drill in, and they're going to pop up and explode. What a great concept. What a great concept. These guys look fantastic. Again, they're those two grids. They're hopefully going to be given maybe those 65-pounders a run for their money. They look fantastic, don't they? Just amazing. I honestly cannot wait. Oh, yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Sam. I was going to mention when we get to the infantry, we're seeing a ton of Greek references as well as literary reference for Jules Verne. We're also seeing a lot of Greek references that really give off an Atlantean vibe. So these guys are amazingly well named, very much seeping with that classical influence. And continuing with that, we got the Hydra turrets, those Gatling guns. We did see these on the Nautilus tank in the Gen Con reveal. They had two of these plugged into them. So they've got like dual Gatling guns of whatever they have. Those coil guns, as you can see the coils in them. They look amazing. Absolutely fearsome. They've got three of them in there. I'm just going to spam the heck out of them and all the Nemoan stuff that you launch. They're going to look fantastic. And as we said earlier, we got the Gorgon turrets. Looks like launchers with two of these land torpedoes in them. Honestly, we kind of see them back here as well. These might also be like a type of land torpedo. But they just look amazing. Very, very fearsome. I can't wait to see, I mean, how many times can I say it? 1,000,000 times in this video. I can't wait to see their stat cards. Like, these are going to be fearsome. And we see those, we talked about shotgunners or snipers, we weren't sure. The Argonauts. An amazing detail on them. We got 4 of them shown here. They look great. We talked about the Greek and literary references. This is a bit of both. The Argonauts is a reference to the Argonauts, the people who went... I researched this before the stream so I wouldn't sound like an idiot. The whole thing with the Iliad or whatever, they go for the Golden Fleece, and they're on the ship the Argon, or the Argo. So they are the Argonauts, who back up the hero. Amazing reference here. And we have the Icarus Jump Infantry. I love this. I nailed it. When I was talking about Commander Athena, I threw out a bunch of names when we didn't have enough revealed. I called them Hermes. I called them Icarus. I said whatever I did. I nailed this. That was amazing. So we're seeing like her backup dancers. The Icarus Jump Infantry. Very cool. Very interested to see how these guys work. They're going to be very mobile on the battlefield. And more of that Greek reference, we have the Hoplites, or Hoplites. Not sure. They're Greek. The Hoplites are Again, another Greek reference. They are Greek fighters. Actually, I did post this in the Discord, so let me take a really quick moment. I'll read what I posted in there for the Argonauts as well. So the Hoplites were citizen soldiers of ancient Greek city-states who were primarily armed with spears and shields. Hoplite soldiers used the phalanx formation to be effective in war with fewer soldiers. So, I mean, that fits the Nemoans, what we know of them. They're going to be few in number. There's going to be fewer of them than the others. And they're operating with advanced tactics and technology to achieve victory. And what I have written down here for the Argonauts were a band of heroes in Greek mythology who, in the years before the Trojan War, accompanied Jason to Colchis in his quest to find the Golden Fleece. Their name comes from their ship Argo, named after its builder, Argus. They were sometimes called Minions, after a prehistoric tribe in the area. So we're seeing a lot of Greek, a lot of Jules Verne and Greek. And that's it for the Nemoans. We're seeing some of their stuff that will come with. So 10 action cards that I'm assuming are Nemoan related. 30 stat cards. 10 AI cards that are Nemoan related. 10 mission cards. Again, Nemoan related. 20 plus tokens. So we're seeing a lot of Nemoan tokens. And extra rivets and health. Plus their faction dice that are exclusive. Metal coin, blah. The Nemoan metal coin. And their little plastic flag to go into the 3D terrain tiles. Plus, we're going to see some of the reloaded stuff. Battle of Brighton Reloaded is called Aerial Aces. Look at this updated artwork that's been recolored. Looks really good. You're getting all the flight stands. You're getting the Allied Air Force. So Remy Funk is back and included in this core box. He's not Kickstarter exclusive anymore. When you buy Aerial Aces, you will get the hero planes. B-12 Dorchester Bomber. Oh, this OP machine is back. Charles Uger. He's a good pilot. We got our F-4 Buccaneer fighters. We got the gyroplanes coming back. Looking good. Polster Quad Gun Tank. The Allied AA. And the X-3 Rocket Plug. The Plug AA. Blight Air Force is coming back. Red Baron. The Zeppelin Bomber, looking great. Volker Haken. The Osprey Biplane Fighter. The Ospreys looking, just looking great reloaded, aren't they? Man. The Zeppelin Scouts. The 88 Flacker, which I hope got a little bit of a buff with its AA-ness. MG Anti-Air Plug. They just look great. Of course, 5 mission cards, 10 action cards, most likely related to the air teams. Looking great. Plus the reinforcements. This has gotten a little bit of flack, but it's good overall. They did break up by faction, so these will be the only editions that are broken up via faction. Both of them together are worth $200. This again includes War Room, Spearhead, and some other stuff that we will talk about. So General Paxton, who is in his own mech. We got Rosie the Riveter, who is now brought back, not as Kickstarter exclusive, but she will be reassigned to the Allies. So Rosie the Riveter is back, and she is in Allied hands. Lieutenant Edwina Brasselton. The Nemoans won't be the only ones digging around with drills. She returns. Terror Nova returns. Looking great. Amazing as always. Uncle Rivet coming back to get those war bonds. William Durgle is ready to fortify your tanks. And Lieutenant MacLeod comes back in all his Scottish glory. We also have the M11 double play tank, looking beefy as always, and looking just so good, reloaded. Some more M20 bases, hopefully with new rules on how to deploy outside of a scenario, but we won't know. Those powerful slammer turret plugs are returning, and the pneumatic turret plug, which look fantastic, by the way. And for you dog lovers out there, you know I'm talking to you, Cody. K9 Engineering Corps is coming back with their guard dogs. Mountaineers looking good as always. And for those of you who are super psyched for this, and you should be super psyched, the Clockwork Soldiers are coming back. And it's not just 3 of them, you get 6. Yes, that is amazing. And we have General Beckendorf in his little jeep. Baron Munchin's returning. Lieutenant Dora Roland and the Iron Chancellor. Dr. Vorn is back, but he is no longer a neutral unit. He has been reassigned to the Blight. And we got the R100. Otto Kuhlmann and the Grenade Turret. And Griffin's Hammer Tank comes back, being the big beefy boy he is. Also, we got the Mark V mount with the Flam turrets. Angriff Hundurfers? Hundführers. Excuse me. Wow. Oh, there's only one viewer at the moment. Oh, who just saw that stroke happen. And the Kampfhunds. Also, Trench Raiders return. Looking good. Hopefully they'll get +1 range, but they are looking great as it goes at the moment. And the Plague Troopers, and not just 3, we get 6. Yes, take that, eBay market. I will finally be able to do a zombie uprising scenario because we'll finally have enough models to make the zombie units worth it. So exciting. And of course, we're now getting to the end of this pledge. It will include Gunnar Hammerson free during the live campaign. And the deluxe all-in pledge, we get to what I did. We won't look at that price. This is what I did. This is the highest tier. So you get everything we've been talking about for an hour, over an hour. And you get some extras. You get all this stuff, including the component upgrade pack and the terrain upgrade pack, plus all the daily unlocks. The component upgrade pack will be 38 wooden tokens of all the tokens that are in those base sets, as well as 2 sets of faction die for Allied and Blight. Ooh, excuse me. And 2 metal faction coins for Allied and Blight. Allied faction die, Blight faction die, looking good. Again, you get the dice for hits, as well as a D8 for deviations. Metal faction coins, looking great with the new and improved faction icons. And the double-sided wooden tokens. These are looking pretty good, including the gas tokens. Look at all these. Oh, and these are health markers that count down as you're hit. Very interesting. And then extra Rivet ones. All of them looking good. And the terrain upgrade pack, we remember this from the previous Kickstarter. It gives you 3D ones of the SOs, bunkers, the barbed wire. It's almost worth it for the barbed wire itself. Like, 2D barbed wire is okay, but the 3D barbed wire just looks right. Minefields and the tank traps. One of the big reasons why I'm getting it is because I need those new flags. I mean, it comes with the deluxe edition, but I also need them flags. So now there are blue flags for the Allied and red flags for the Blight. That will go in and just looks so good. Honestly, looks amazing. And of course, it will come with Gunner Hammerson, which is available during the Kickstarter. And we haven't really talked about it, but for those of you who are coming back to Rivet Wars, who are classic backers, they do have the Veteran Pledge. The Veteran Pledge includes a special box that are just the print components for the Reloaded. So you'll get all the new cards for all the Reloaded Allied and Blight characters. You'll get the tiles and all the new tile sizes that are for that. You'll get all the markers and tokens and all the things that they are bringing back for Reloaded so that everything matches. You'll get the new cards, the mission cards, the rule book. You'll get all the print stuff to make sure that you can play Rivet Wars Reloaded with your old Allied and Blight minis. It also will include the Reloaded exclusive Nemoan expansion. So those Nemoans we've been talking about, they are all coming back in their glory. Yeah, let's just say that. Plus all the daily unlocks that we don't even know about yet. And they will be coming out day by day. Oh, it will also include all the Allied and Blight hero plugs that are now the new part of the new base set, the Battle of Rivet. They're going to be including that in this Veterans box. The Nemoan expansion is, again, 56 miniatures that we talked about, 56 cards, tokens, deluxe fashion dice, deluxe Nemoan flags, metal coin, rulebook, all that in the Nemoan thing. You'll be sure to get these. Upgrade your existing Rivet Wars game, includes the new Reloaded print components for all previous content that's included in this campaign. So the core box includes 28 core box tiles. So all these different size tiles that are in the new stuff. The cards, which includes the deviation guide, which includes quick of the mark. Includes the AI cards, the new action and mission cards, not secret mission, as well as all the unit cards, presumably with whatever balance changes that they've made and name changes. So that way you'll have all of those for your new set. All the tokens that we've seen, all these new tokens and stuff. The core rulebook, Vanguard cards, Ace cards, everything you need for your full previous pledge that you backed so that you don't have to get all the minis. It's much cheaper than getting an all-in pledge. Plus you get all the new stuff. So for those of you, and you get Gunner Hammerson, who is of course the Kickstarter exclusive neutral hero. So it's just an all-in for your unlock. Let's go on to the exclusive unlocks. Urgent news: over the course of the campaign, we'll be embarking on vital recon missions together in the updates to capture enemy technology so we can use it for ourselves. Your mission votes will unlock brand new cross-faction cards that will be added to every pledge. Cross-faction cards? We'll get to it because, as you can see up here in the corner, there's already one update because we met the goal day one. Woo! So as you can see, as time goes on, we'll see this probably tomorrow. I bet you there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 10. So maybe we will hear about this tomorrow. Or maybe that last unlock is for the last day after they close it out. Who knows? But we talked about this up here in the updates. And then we'll obviously be learning about this dude. The new, this is the Allied Hero Plug. We'll have another thing. Blight Hero Plug. Another thing. Allied Hero Plug. Another thing. Blight Hero Plug at the end. So, we will be learning a lot about what's coming up. Alright. Woo! I need a water break. Give me a second. Ooh, there's a lot of people again. Hello. Ugh. So, anything with that symbol is Kickstarter exclusive. We've been reading through this. Everyone knows what that means. It means if you want to guarantee that you're going to get your hands on it, you need to back during the Kickstarter. That is the entire Nemoan faction, that box that we talked about earlier. That is Kickstarter exclusive. All of these... Oops, wrong way. All these, like, dope freaking models. Come on. Let's just grab this and bring it up. Yeah, all these dudes that we kind of walked through earlier. All of them. They're all Kickstarter exclusive. Now, they do go on to say that they have a right to sell them on their online marketplace and on at events if they want to, or during special events, promotional events. They do have a right to do that. However, at the beginning, we were told that this is where people could get them outside of the Kickstarter, that they would be stocking them in the online store and for events. However, it was kind of let loose that, oh, it's only if there's overages and it's while supplies last, and they will have a extra cost to them. There is a very generous discount for the Kickstarter. You really want to make sure that you get these now. They will not be guaranteed, and after their supplies run out, after they're no longer in their online store or at events and they run out, it'll be the eBay open market on the entire Nemoan faction. So you want to back some degree now to ensure that you get a hold of this Nemoan faction. Is this the add-on marketplace? So this is telling you the cost of these Kickstarter exclusive items and what they are outside of... oh no, this is the add-on price for when you do a pledge. So $135 for the add-on Nemoans. If you want just the aerial aces. So these are if you just want these added on to your pledge. Kickstarter exclusive, metal coins, wooden tokens, faction dice. Kickstarter exclusive. Just like in the last Kickstarter, 3D terrain, Kickstarter exclusive, which includes all the updated flags. Pretty soon we're going to have access to the rulebook. But they had to push this back as they needed to make some changes and they wanted to make sure it looked perfect for us. So they pushed that back. Bunch of highlights. This is worth reading. They talk about the game. So if you're new to Rivet Wars and you're watching this, you definitely want to take a stroll through this section. Yeah, we got to look at those mission cards. They're showing off a bunch of videos. Some of the older videos about the old campaign. They talk a little bit about shipping. What to expect. Meet the team. Doesn't seem to be... Oh, this is just everyone. Yep. We're going to just skip ahead of those. All right. And that is the Kickstarter that we got right from the go. So there was an update that we did get on day one. We're going to go read more. So, we did it. Yay. We are backed day one. I think it took 34 minutes for us to be backed. So that was super good. It's already funded. And then he talks about we need to vote below. We need to make some decisions. So he said, first things first, you're going to need to pick a side. Tough decision, right? Don't worry. Every day of the campaign, I'll be sharing field briefings to give you an idea of what each faction is capable of. So we get some faction icons to show our love of each faction. But he talks about a lot of things. Let's jump to this. All right. So the first mission that we were given to vote on, this is happening right now on the Kickstarter, is Operation Moonlight Scavenger. One last thing, we're mid-battle here, which means we've got daily missions to complete. Once completed, each mission will unlock brand new cross-faction cards. Whoa! I'm very interested to see what this is. This is for every core veteran gameplay and all-in, deluxe all-in pledges. You're probably wondering how to complete those missions. The answer's simple. Vote in the comments below. So you've got to vote each day that these missions come out. The following day, the votes will be counted, and the winning cards will be added to the game. And that's it. We hope you're ready, because it's already time for the first mission. It's dark out there right now and quiet. Do you feel that? Feels like opportunity to me. If we're careful, we could send scouts to scavenge for enemy weapons. Maybe even one of those nasty cycle things they have. But we'll need to act fast before they realize what we're up to. You'd better brief the scouts on what you want them to look for. If we pull this off, it could be vital to winning our next engagement. Commander, use their own weapons against them, right? They won't know what hit them. So the two things we're voting on today are Panzerfausts and rifles, or rocket cycles and monowheels. This really hit me hard. I had no idea which one to vote for, because I really want Panzerfaust to have rifles. However, look at this one as a blue card, and I didn't want allies to have any extra boof. I really want Blight to have as much things as they can, because those riflemen are they hit hard on the battlefield. So I ended up voting rocket cycles and monowheels, but these are the two things. We have no idea what this means. We were given this vagueness. So you got to vote down below. So we got a lot of people voting. Panzerfaust rifles, rockets, monowheels, etc., 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 etc. Everyone's voting. It seems pretty mixed right now. So if you have a reason you want this to lean one way or another, and you backed, now's the time to go vote. So be sure you're going and voting on that. And that's basically it. We kind of gushed. I kind of want to just gush over all the minis and stuff now. We've got some people here, so I'd love to interact with you. This stream's been going for quite a bit. But hey, this is what I took the day off for, is to gush over everything and nitpick it and look through it and probably update the wiki. Just woo! Rivet War is everything. So what do we got down here? I do see Aaron says, I like the color change of the plastics. For those with unpainted existing armies, it means you could do 2v2 really easily. Yes, that is 100% why I really want to push myself to get everything for this, even though I'm going to have to think about my storage of these guys. With a green allied and a blue allied, it'll be real easy to do an allied versus allied, or to do a big 4-player slugfest where you have 2 allies versus 2 Blight players. I really like the idea of this. 2 times the armies means 2 times the fun. They do have their 2v2 mode that they talk about that has rules on how to divvy up the unit cards so that each player of the same army has completely different units that they're in charge of battling with. That is a very cool concept, but I like the idea more of there being 2 different armies working together on different fronts on a really long battlefield. I really like the idea of that as well. I also like the idea of I want to do a 1v1v1v1, just 4-player slug match with an allied on each side, Blight on each side, and no alliances. You just go for the middle and you fight it out. And again, that's a lot easier to do when you have a bunch of ones of different colors. I really like the idea of this. Another one I want to do is a 1v1v1. I would love to build or design a map so that it is Blight versus allies versus Nemoans. I really want to see what that'll end up looking like. I'm very excited for the prospects of getting to see more people play bigger games. And you know I like big games. Our games go for hours. I would love to go to a board game convention and just have a big old table and set up a huge slugfest with all the different factions and everything. This is going to be very exciting. Very exciting. You're going to need a whole Rivet Wars steamer trunk. Jasmine's going to kill me. Don't tell her I did this. Don't tell her nothing. Oh, no. Oh, no, I can't. All right, that's okay. You're coming with me. So, that steamer trunk, can I see it from here? Oh, sorry, there's a lag. I gotta wait for it to catch up. This steamer trunk is the one that all my Rivet Wars stuff is in. Recently, I gifted my some extra stuff I had. I had a lot of extras. I gifted some of them to a friend who I'm doing a video with soon as I get the other half of the footage that I had, so that I could guarantee everything Rivet Wars fits in that trunk. Some of you, I think Sam knows this. You know my Rivet Wars trunk. And everything will fit in that. The problem is everything fits in it now. Everything that I have that's Rivet Wars related. Oh, except for the houses I did. The 3D houses from Midgard Creative Studios. So, everything kind of fits in those now. Except for those. The problem is I just did a deluxe Kickstarter. We've got like double the stuff coming. Plus extras. And a whole nother faction. So everything fits in that trunk now. Not everything's going to fit in that trunk when this gets here. So I have a whole year to figure out what I'm going to do. So I have no idea what's going to happen. Right now, the running thought is I'm going to have a project to basically get foam, like pull and pluck foam, and basically transfer all of my Rivet Wars stuff into those pull and pluck foam sheets. And then with those pull and pluck foam sheets, I will basically be getting rid of all the boxes and plastic. Maybe not getting rid of all the boxes. I'm probably going to cut them down so that they're flat on the trunk. And I will have new like things where everything's condensed. And it'll all fit in there. And then I'll need to do the same thing for all these boxes coming in so that it all fits. My soul screams out for this. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do. As my fiance told me that we had to clean up. Like, I need to do some serious cleanup to just get to a point where we can play Rivet Wars again. And if I go to an event, like, I'm going to start doing demos again for Rivet Wars now that it's back. Like, I'm super excited. Like, this is going to be... I'm going to be known as the Rivet Wars guy at Steampunk events, maybe. Like, I'm super excited. But that means all this crap needs to be transported. It needs to be put up somewhere. More shelves to the ceiling. I really wish that my landlord would let me put up shelves because that would be the option, is getting 2 or 3 more bookcases and turning our library into a real library. But at the moment, my goal is to fit it all into that trunk, which locks. I'm very proud of that. And include all the Midgard Creative Studios houses that I had, as well as the binder, that's the rule book that I have, and all that other stuff. I want it all to fit in one place and be good. So that's my goal at the moment, is to try to get basically them all to fit. But that's going to take a lot of money. I think it's going to be like $200 in and of itself. And I just spent $400 on this. So that's my idea for that's my idea for storage solutions. But I'm very happy I do have a steamer trunk that does fit in the back of my car, that currently all my Rivet Wars stuff fits in. So like, that's really cool. But I really need to figure out how to cut down that space in a big way. Oh, also my Ruskas don't fit in there. I forgot. I also have Ruskas that need a home to fit in, and their cards need a place to go. So, yeah, super fun. So I got to figure that out. Yeah, command strips don't make secure shelving. I'm not allowed to put command strips up at all. At all. So this stream's going to get very interesting, personal, or weird. So I do want to make a note to everyone who's here. We got 8 people here at the moment. I do want to make a note that there is a lot of Rivet Wars communities. So there's the official Facebook group where things have been talked about, and that is run by Steamforge Games. So they've made some comments and some posts there. So I want to point that out. There's also the Board Game Geek forum for Rivet Wars Reloaded that has gotten a lot of attention lately, and even Jamie is active in that. We also have the fan run. I need to make that clear. It is fan run Rivet Wars Discord, where we've been talking about everything. We've been counting down the seconds to this Kickstarter, and I'm sure there'll be more discussions. And when the tabletop simulator version comes out, we'll be doing that. Oh, that's something else I should probably tell you. I really thought I was going to be ready for today, but there's a tabletop simulator version of Rivet Wars, and they have said that they don't plan on doing anything with it after the campaign, and that'll only be available during the campaign. I'm really pushing for this not to be the case. I really want them to make a tabletop sim version. So I'm imploring you all to use it, download it, talk about it, really show them that this is something that could happen. I'm willing to pay for it. This will allow us to really talk with everyone about Rivet Wars. I'll be able to play with people. There's a bunch of people in the community from England, or I'm sorry, from the United Kingdom, or from Europe. We've got Rivet Wars players from Brazil, who I would love to play with. We've got people across the United States. Even my own friends, we sometimes have trouble lining up dates to meet in person. I would love to do Rivet Wars tabletop sim content. So we will be doing that here. I'll be doing live streams, but I will also be doing videos that I record and edit over time. Because again, it's only 10 days. So, hey, keep an eye out, especially in that Discord. I would love to play with people from the community when it comes out. You will need Tabletop Simulator, but apparently the Rivet Wars thing will be free to download and won't cost anything. But it's only during this live campaign. It's only 10 days, which means I technically only have one weekend to, oh my gosh, that's a D&D weekend. Oh boy. Woo, maybe I'll have to be sick from work again some of these days. But I really want to play this with people as soon as it's released. So there'll be a lot of early mornings for me to do it during the morning or stream or whatever we want to do. But there is a tabletop sim version that will be released probably alongside the rule book so that we can pour over that, look at the changes to the rules and stuff. So we will be able to see that when the time comes. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. So yeah, be on the lookout for that if anyone is interested. And we'll talk about that in the Discord. Here, why don't I put a Discord link? Invite people. Can I do a no limit? I'll do a never generate link. Copy. Here. In the chat goes the Discord link. So if you're not aware of our Discord for Rivet Wars, it is fan run, although you might see some important faces there from time to time. It's very important that we say it's fan run. But that is the link to the Discord. You can go there and we talk about everything. We've been talking about everything. For those of you who are going to end up being new, so you go to welcome, you read the rules, and then at the bottom of the community rules is a little thumbs up. You give that a thumbs up, and you will be granted automatically the Riveteer role, and you'll be able to interact with the rest of the Discord. So read the rules, give it a thumbs up, get your role that lets you interact with the rest of the Discord, and yeah. We will be talking about Rivet Wars in there. So, super sweet. Oh, look at that. Maximum DT got a brand new GIF that looks amazing that he put in there. So, yeah, we've been doing things. We have different channels that we talk about different things. Yeah, we've been talking about a lot. Yeah. The Discord's been fun. We've been talking about everything. There's a Kickstarter space if you just want to talk about the Kickstarter tiers. Actually, let's look. So we've been live streaming for about an hour. So it's up to 136,000. Whoa! $137,000. It's got 629 backers. That backer number is going to be super important. I have been using the two in the bush method to talk about how much bigger Rivet Wars Reloaded is going to be than the original Rivet Wars. So let me just go back to, where is it? So I have this listed here. So the original amount of backers for the original Rivet Wars was 2,464 backers. That is amazing. At the time that Kickstarter closed, that made the original Rivet Wars the biggest board game to blow up on Kickstarter by quite a bit, actually. It was a massively successful Kickstarter and truly showed what Kickstarter could do for the board game market. So we had very close to 6,000 followers of the Kickstarter. So I'm assuming these first 2 days are going to have the amount of backers absolutely explode. So that's very possible that we could see that. However, followers do not equal backers. People are going to see the price and go, "Ugh, that's a big price." So what I said in my post, what was the number? So I said a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. So how much would 2 in the bush be? So I calculated that as 4,928 followers to say that it would be just as successful, if not more, than the original Kickstarter. So the goal is we want 2,464 backers of this Kickstarter, and we want it to surpass that if we can. That would be amazing. Honestly, amazing. Considering that a good chunk of the target audience, I would say that the target audience is to bring new people to love it, but I mean the whole point of reloading it and with the Nemoans is to show the old fans that Rivet Wars is not dead. It's coming back in a big way, and to get excited for the future of Rivet Wars as an IP. So we're all getting super excited. So you want most of these old backers to come back. And back in some form. That's why they have the veteran pledge level. That includes the brand new faction. You really want a lot of these people to come back. When they do come back, you also want these new players to come in and go, whoa, look at all this. You want a lot of sales of the core. Oh, I can look at that now. Let's look at what the breakup is. So I backed the big ticket item. And right now, there's about 176 people who got the big deluxe version, the big ticket item. How many people are pledging without a reward? We're not really seeing that. Probably none. Why would you pick that option? I guess if you really wanted this to succeed, but luckily you don't have to, because there's enough of us nerds who want the deluxe edition. So pledge level, the Veterans Pledge. So these are returning people who backed the old Kickstarter and are now backing this to get the Nemoans and everything. We're seeing 230 backers got this. That is a lot. So a lot of returning fans are backing this Kickstarter and getting the Nemoans and all the new stuff. There's a lot of people returning. Core Pledge. So I'm assuming these are a lot of new people who are getting into Rivet Wars for the first time. So how many people are new to Rivet Wars who are backing just at the Core Pledge level? 71 people. Wow. Welcome to Rivet Wars, you 71 people. This is amazing. So these are new people or people who missed the old Kickstarter who are having a really rough time finding Rivet Wars in this new day and age. Ooh. Excuse me, I'm having some back issues. So that is really amazing to see this many new people come out on day one. Way to go, guys. I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. We will continue down. So now we have the all-in pledge. So again, we can probably assume that most of these are, again, new people. This could be people who are backing for the new models. This could be people who are backing to just get parts of the game that they missed last time or they haven't been able to find. Although I will note that there are pledge add-ons. So if you don't want to buy all the stuff, but like you don't have Battle of Brighton, you can get the veteran pledge or you can get a different smaller pledge and then add on the Aerial Aces expansion, so you can have all the planes and the hero planes. So keep that in mind. And I'm not going to be able to see that stuff. So 19 backers on the all-in pledge level. These could be 19 new people or a mix. If they're 19 new people, welcome to Rivet Wars. And man, you are all in and you are ready to go. That is wonderful to see. Absolutely wonderful. These could also be new people. The deluxe all-in, 176 people, could be old fans like me who are just all in now, who want to see it. So who knows? All in all, we're seeing 633 backers. This is amazing. This is day one. We were funded in 34 minutes. This is amazing. This is great news. So I can't wait to see where this goes. We have 9 days to go of a 10-day Kickstarter. Oh, so fast. This is such a flash in the pan. Blink and you'll miss it. I have to get the word out to people. You don't want to miss out. So remember, this is your chance to get the Nemoan Kickstarter models. This is your chance to get the Viking guy, the Viking hero. What you see here? Oh, he has little faction cards for each faction he joins. That's cute. That's really nice for a neutral unit. I was wondering what the neutral colors would end up being. So he's got little colors for each one. Looks amazing. And yeah, let's just gush. I'm going to go get a soda, actually. I'm going to go get a soda, and then we'll come back and we'll just gush. Why don't I have a little bit of a break? And what we'll do is I will play the video, if that doesn't copyright strike me. I'll play it without sound. So if those of you who haven't seen this yet, you really should see this video. It's amazing. But we'll have that played. Why don't in the comments, whoever's still around. By the way, thank you for watching if you've been watching this far at all. This is a weird kind of streaming about gushing over a Kickstarter. It's a really weird idea, and we've been doing it for a long time. So if you're still here, thank you. That's super cool of you. If you're just joining, if you're watch for a little bit and you're like, well, this is stupid, thank you. If you're still here, why don't you put in the comments what you would like to see? What's your favorite unit? What's your favorite reveal? And why don't we kind of just go over that again? Now that we're kind of all here and we're all together, we can go through the Nemoans again, all those. We can try to Google to see what their what their references are or whatever. That would be really cool. But there, now I won't get copyright strict. But let's let that go for a little bit, and I will be back with a soda. Never ending soda. Na, 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 na. Never ending soda. What's up, guys? Here's that mixture you love to see. Yeah, let's go back through the Nemoans. Is there any unit anyone wants to see specifically again? And we'll just kind of all go through it together. Where's the Nemoans? And we won't. I won't make it just the Nemoans, but we can also go back through these. Like there's the M7 boss change and stuff. Like all the reloaded minis look amazing. What's up with the factory plug? I don't know. Let's go look. Let's go look. So this definitely looks amazing. Oops. How do I zoom without being weird about it? You're weird about it. All right. So, we can see what looks like some coil guns here. We can see some drills, which is weird for a factory. Unless it's like got a slab of ore that it's like instantly making into a piece. Looks like we got some grabby bits back here. This looks like a tread, I think. This looks a little bit like a tread. Can I open in a different tab this exact image. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here. There we go. There we go. Can it goes this way? No. Is my face over that? Gotta wait for that to catch up. Yes, it is. So, yeah, I can see, like, a drill. We can see, like, some things. This looks like a tread. So, it looks like something to do with, like, those Cerberus cycles, or, I mean, any of the treaded things, actually. I think the tank was also treaded. So, the running thing is based on the trailer, with the Nemoans kind of coming out of it. Yeah, Aaron's got it. Basically a mobile spawn point. So, like, this will act as some form of, like, deployment zone, or it will turn all the zones around it into deployment zones. And then you can move this around or, like, dive underneath or something. And then this is, like, a secondary back to it, which is it's just amazing to think about and look at. So my thought is that this would then, like, maybe that's infantry only, and this would let you spawn different types. Like, you could spawn, like, the support units, or cavalry, like the Cerberus Strikers. Or it's a factory, and it's got all this stuff. It could act as a mobile, like, healing bay. So it could just heal damage from units around it. It could heal damage from itself as the mobile deployment zone. You might not want that to be destroyed. So maybe this helps heal or repair the Nautilus tank or the Mega Nautiloid transport. There's a lot of things that this could be. I mean, this is easy. This is an extra plug port, and it's got 2 plugs in it. But I think we're barking up the right tree by assuming that this is going to be that this is going to end up being some type of spawn point. I think we saw that in the video. I think they're doing a very good job of everything that they are showing us is shown for a reason. So them popping out in that video, I think, is very indicative of this will end up being some type of deployment unit. Yeah, we'll go to the Gorgon artillery. Let's take a closer look at that guy. Oop. Oop. I need a different... He's in here. So open in another tab, and we will look right at this guy. Yep, that's where I clicked for sure. There we go. Let me see the delay, how this looks when it catches up. Perfect. All right. Yeah, this is the Gorgon artillery. I mean, just look at him. He's got a little backpack here. I love how all the Nemoans have the same helmet. It is just so good. I love this little, like, the Nemoan, like, faction icon. Like, I really do like this. So it's facing down. It's like a reverse mortar. So we don't really get to see what's in his hands. But people have pointed out in other ones like this, we kind of see that they have, like, a land torpedo with a drill and then, like, a torpedo on the end. So these could just have more of those, like land torpedo or a land mortar. So the going thought is that it would be like a reverse mortar. So it'd be shot in, and then it would arc up, and then when it bounces out, it would explode. I don't hate that idea. I think it's really cool concept design. It just looks fantastic. Oh, you can see that it's got like this little like grapple that it kind of shoots. It could shoot down to kind of hold it in place. I'm really liking the facial hair. This is actually what I was trying to go for and failed spectacularly because I have these bald spots here that won't grow in. But looks amazing. Like, it truly does look really cool. Their goggles are just fantastic. I wonder what it would take. You need to be somewhat good at fabrication to make a really good cosplay of the Nemoans. Because I don't know how you would get this helmet design perfect, because it's very, very reminiscent of a Conquistador's helmet, which you can find quite easily with the right amount of money. Then you would just need to build up around it to make the crest thicker. And then you would basically have a Nemoan helmet. You could add something around the edge to make it have that rivet look. They appear to just kind of have, like they talked about before, they kind of have winter coats and big fluffy fur coats and things, because they are cold coming up from the center of the earth with magma and crap. So they are cold. So you just need a big old coat. The goggles are decently easy. You can find a set of goggles that would work well. Generic steampunk screw ring goggles are just fine. How many air units with the Nemoans? So we do not know for certain. However, we do know that we don't see any traditional air units. And we do know that they've talked about the Nemoans changing the game for air units. So I'm pretty certain that Commander Athena is an air unit, despite having this base. I am very certain that the Helios Airmax is an air unit. Like, very certain. I just don't see how. So there's something about them being air units we're not seeing yet. But I'm very sure that this is going to end up being an air unit. We've already been told that the Phoenix Airmech is their equivalent of a bomber, which again is like, really? Really? So, very well, like, again, he's got a base set. So there's something going on. So that's already 1, 2, 3. And then if we're saying that Athena is an air unit, then I'm assuming that these dudes are also air units. The Icarus jump infantry. So that's 4 types of air unit. You're already pretty close to Battle of Brighton as far as air units go. So I think that we're probably looking at those as the air units, unless there's still stuff that they haven't showed us yet. I'm pretty confident that we are seeing all of the Nemoans, and there's just less of them. And I think they're going to do something funky with air units that isn't straightforward planes and blimps. So I think what we're seeing is flying air mechs. I don't think that we're going to be seeing it out of this guy, this. No. None of these are air. I'm not confident that any of those are air. I think that we've seen the 4, and 4 different air models is pretty solid for Nemoans, who are supposed to have less units altogether regardless. So I think that's who we're seeing. We're just going to need to figure out how they're going to do it. Like, do these units have something underneath that lets them go on to the... Ooh, excuse me. Jeez. That lets them go on to the stand. Do they have special stands that lift them up, even though they have this kind of base? Like, how is it going to work? Who knows? But I think that's what we're going to be seeing out of them. We need more drone for Nemoan. Yeah. Little drone. Little drones. Oh, these are pretty good. Professor Fogg. Here, let me do... let's do some live Jules Burn Ajax. Professor in his chair. Oh, thank you. I think I just got a package. This will be interesting with my helmet. jeez. Thank you. Why is it so big? Oh, and heavy. Oh, God. I didn't want that to take that long. That was very heavy. Alright, what did I miss? Hate painting eyes? Nemoans are for you. 100%. And best thing is them being subterranean, you know that they're tinted. So you can just tint all the Nemoan goggles whatever colors you want them to be. And they'll look great. That's another thing that got me in some of the artwork and some of the animations and stuff, is I'm like, technically, the Nemoan eye tint should be red, as red light is better for your night vision. So when you're doing like the red and stuff, it's easier. That's why like in Spec Ops and things, they have like red tinted flashlights and stuff. It's because it's harder for you to be seen, but it also protects your night vision, so you don't turn on the light and then you're blinded and your eyes readjust, and then when you lose it or you turn it off again, you're stuck in blackness. So technically, their goggles should glow red. That will give them a little bit of an edge, but keep their kind of natural use to the subterranean look. What do we got? What do we got? I'm hoping for an add-on for more Plague Troopers and Clockwork Soldiers for returning veteran players to bring their numbers up. I agree. Someone brought up that they really should add some to the veteran box that they talk about, at least adding 3 more. And they said that they would have a look at it, that they don't have plans currently, but they think the argument is solid. So those of you joining us, they're talking about in here, in this box called the Allied Reinforcements, and there's one for the Blight Reinforcements. You get 6 Clockwork Troopers and 6 zombies instead of 3. So you can get those again, and you're going to have some duplicates. But that's not ideal. I understand. That is not ideal. So that is an option. How many air units? Hate painting eyes. Oh my god, from Chrono Trigger. He really does, doesn't he? This Ajax guy. Oh, that's what I was looking up. I was looking at... Aha! So, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Not IMDb. Wiki. Wiki, please. Main characters. Professor Otto Lidenbrock, Axel, Hans Bjelk. Oh, no. No. I was lied to. Someone said Ajax is a reference to Journey to the Center of the Earth, which I think is hilarious. Nope, nothing. Nothing. I was lied to. I wanted to see where that is a reference to. Jules Verne character Ajax. Oh, interesting. Let's see what we find. Nope. Nope. That seems to be a dead end. While we're here, can I look up Cyrus? Captain Cyrus Harding in the mysterious island. A name altered in early translation. The name in the Jules Verne book is Cyrus Smith. In the mysterious island. So, can I see also... I think this is the also the other book that that Captain Nemo is in, the mysterious island, and they kind of get more into his later life and what he's been doing. Yep. So Cyrus is a reference to that character. So Ajax has to be a reference to another character. Has to be. Do you... Alright. I read down... Do you think these are little air drones? No. I don't believe so. So these don't show any way to fly. And they're very clearly drills to dig underground. I mean, with that argument, you could say that there's obviously drills on the Nemoan Air Mech, which is called the Nemoan Air Mech. But it really does look like these are not flying units. I got the confirmation that these are the Nemoan equivalent of dogs. So this should be the handler. And these are like the dogs that they can spawn. Since he's a hero unit, I'm assuming he can spawn up to 3 of these little drills. So we'll have to wait and see. Air, earth, and why not underground battle? Maybe there'll be an underground battle. Who knows? I think the theme of Nemoans is transportation, like movement. I really do feel that that is their theme. I think they're going to be playing a lot with how they spawn in, how they move, how they deploy, what they're changing with blurring the line between ground and air mech. Like, I truly do feel that we're going to start seeing new stuff as we start seeing their stats, as we get there. Because they come with a rule book. Like with a special Nemoan rule book. Rule book come with the Nemoan expansion. So they're going to have some different ways to play. And different ways to use their units and deploy. And who knows? Maybe they change the game altogether. Maybe they have different rules with plugs. Maybe they have different rules with how their heroes work. Like, there's a lot you can change that needs to be put in a rulebook. Oh, thank you, Ludorium. Thank you so much for my uncultured self. He let me know that Ajax is a hero from Greek myth, which fits with all the other Greek-related stuff we're seeing. So, yes. Jules Verne. Let's look up next. Let's look up. So, Odysseus is also a Greek character. So, let's look up Rober. Yep. Rober the Conqueror is a science fiction novel by Jules Verne, published in 1886, also known as The Clipper of Clouds. It has a sequel, Master of the World, which was published in 1904. Yep. Oh, it appears to be about a guy who runs an airship. So, that's another Jules Verne look. Nice, nice, nice. Athena, of course, is Greek. Nautilus, of course, is Jules Verne. Odysseus is Greek. Helios is Greek. Phoenix Airmax. Yeah, it's mythological. I don't know if the Phoenix is specifically Greek, but mythological. Titan, Greek. Minotaur, Greek. Cerberus Strikers, Greek. Cyclops Burrowers, Greek. Gorgon, Greek. Hydra, Greek. Greek. Icarus, Greek. Awesome. Oh, man. This is so cool. This is so cool. So, presumably, there's like, what, 3 guns on it? And then this big, massive beam below. And then room for plugs. I mean, honestly, like, this is going to be so good. So good. And these guys, look at these. Oh, I could say, I have sat here for 2 hours and gushed about this. So, what should we do? What should we call this? We should probably call this done. What do you guys think? It's been going long enough. It's a 2-hour stream about a Discord, and I've literally gone through everything. At this point, it's just more speculation and gushing and heard something. That was weird. It's just more crap at this point. Whew. I'm a little annoyed about getting a bunch of extra 3D stuff. I think I have enough. But I do want those flags. So I'm not that annoyed. I really want to know what these plugs are. Maybe we can speculate wildly about these plugs. I'll probably do a video on that at some point. So I mentioned before that this person looked like they had a campaign hat or something. I'm thinking they have more of the regular Brody helmet. But this is a syringe that they have in their hands. So I'm thinking some kind of medic. So maybe another way to do like a healing unit or something. Like the allies need one more buff. But you never know. Maybe he's buffing with serums. Maybe it's like a super soldier serum. That's very on brand for Rivet Wars. Yeah, could be anything. So we don't get a good look at this Blight person. Not at all. So we have no idea about them. We have this person with whatever this is. Oh, is it a microphone? Is it like a reporter? Which would be very interesting, but why would there be a reporter as a plug in a war zone? I mean, it's very cartoony. I don't hate it. It'd be very interesting to see what that is. And I still think this is a flamethrower unit. Looks like they might be wearing like a mask or something. Have the helmet. They've got the pack with the tanks. And then they've got like a little thing. I think that might be a flamethrower unit. Or maybe a gas plug. Maybe one more way for the Blight to use gas. Here, let's go back up to their official... Here we are. Let's go back up to these. So yeah, maybe like a medic with a syringe and like a pack or whatever. That could be a helmet. That could be anything else. I don't know what this would be. I have no clue. They have something in their hand. Is it a gun? Could be a gun just facing a weird way. And it looks like a microphone to me. This is clearly a syringe now, though. Yeah. That could just be a gun. Who knows what they look like. And over here, yeah, whatever angle we were getting, this is like an MG42 or some similar MG. Like, that'd be really good. Underground strike calling unit for Hero 3. Up here? Quite possible. Yeah, you could be right. Or someone who calls in artillery, maybe. That could be the case. This is 100% some kind of MG gunner. And then this is probably a weird angle of the flamethrower guy, because I don't know, unless this is the flamethrower guy, but I don't see a pack on him going from this angle. I don't know. We are not sure. All right. I think that I'm going to call it. Adrenaline Rush, heal, poison for Hero 2. Quite possibly. You're possibly correct. All right, I think I'm going to call it. At this point, we will just be combing through everything. I can see the Discord is hopping. So they were definitely doing exactly what we're doing here on this stream in the Discord. So what I'm going to do is I am going to post, if you don't know already, I'm going to post the Facebook group is posting in the chat right now. So this is the official Facebook group. And I'm going to be posting, no, I already posted, scroll up, I already posted the link to the Discord, which is a permanent link. Do join us in the Discord. You can find that link in multiple places. There's also a link to the Reddit that is going to be going in right about now. The subreddit is somewhere else where you can just post your thoughts, your vision, your pictures, your speculation, whatever you want. So that will also go in. And for the sake of justice, I will also post the Board Game Geek forums. This is another official avenue where Rivet Wars fans are gathering. So that is the official Facebook group. That is the Board Game Geek forums, which are the two official places where Steamforge Games has been interacting and hanging out and seeing us. Then there's the Discord, and there is the subreddit, two other locations where people have kind of been slowly meeting and talking and doing things. The Discord is the livelier of the two. So if you are in Discord, be sure to check that out. Also, be sure when you join the Discord to read the rules and thumbs up that community rules section, and you will automatically be given the Riveteer role and allowed to interact with the rest of the Discord. That's very important. Make sure that you read the rules and you thumbs up that that area there. And with that, I'm going to end this live stream. Woo! So excited. I've been absolutely enthralled. If you made it this far, geez, thank you so much for being with me. Those of you who are here, the viewers I have. Wow, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for sticking out with what is arguably a pretty boring live stream of me just going through the Kickstarter, which you can do yourself on your own pace. If you haven't already, consider backing to some degree. There are a lot of choices, as we kind of went through earlier. Yep, let's go back to 100%. As we kind of went through earlier, a lot of new people are getting just the core pledge or the all-in. Thank you so much. A lot of returning people are getting the veteran pledge backer or the deluxe all-in. We got 649 backers. Wow, on day one, we're already up to $140,000. Oh, so good. And we're backed, fully backed in the first 34 minutes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this. And thank you so much for continuing to join me. This is where I should probably plug myself. You can find me on Facebook.com/Landship. That's where Landship Scorpios is on Facebook. And of course, here on YouTube on the Landship Scorpios channel. We are a steampunk channel doing steampunk content. However, if you haven't noticed, I've gone a little bit insane. We've gone absolutely nuts with Rivet Wars content. I'm so excited that it's back. I am active in all of those communities. I'm all over the place. So say hi and be on the lookout. I am excited. I want to do more streams once the Tabletop Simulator version comes on. I want to coordinate with people in the Discord to play with them and just get to meet other Rivet Wars fans in a way that I can't do now. I can't go to an event. I can't do things that I used to do, or it's going to be very hard to. Especially after this Kickstarter, it's going to be a little hard to go to an event. So I want to see you. I want to play with you. I want to meet people. I want it to be fun and great. So I'm super excited. We won't be doing a ton of videos like I did every little snippet on the go out to the Kickstarter. I kind of want to do a really massive video at the end doing like a Kickstarter roundup. But honestly, depending on what gets announced and how things trickle out, who knows how I'll end up being. It could be a very busy 10 days. So I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I will be in the Discord for most of the rest of the night. And all over the place. If you're watching this live stream after the live stream, there should be comments down below. Go ahead and tell me what your favorite part of the Kickstarter is in the comments down below. And check out my other Rivet Wars videos. I have been a flurry of Rivet Wars videos, although a lot of them are now moot. A lot of them are speculation, which are now absolutely blown away because we got so much new information in this Kickstarter page. And again, it's day one. So I will see you guys later in all those places. Wow. Woo! I'm not doing too good. I am absolutely ecstatic, absolutely alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video, and I'll see you on the Rivet Wars Discord and elsewhere. Do feel free to join us wherever you are, and let me know what you backed and how much it is and how excited you are for this Kickstarter. I will see you guys again. Thank you guys so much. This ending needs to stop. So, bye-bye.